Relocation Football League fans, you already know what time it is yet again. The illest show on turf at the biggest stage in time. You already know the RFL remains undefeated in simulation football. So who will hold it down and carry the torch in this new era? Old legacies have been upheld, while old storylines have been battle-tested in the fire. But who will win gold? Who will pioneer new beginnings, pun intended? Is there a champion worthy of upholding greatness here in this thing of ours? Will it be an ARC champion or an NRC champion? Will it be Keys and Dorados, Condors or Diablos, or maybe the Snowhawks finally land their flight to destiny? Will Coach Woods roll the Dillos into their first Reload Bowl? Or will a formidable foe slowly arise from the depths commanding all of the smoke? Who will control the Reloverse? Fire up the grill, open up the snacks, take the tarp off the pool, and dive into greatness here in the Relocation Football League, where you can't stop greatness. Will you be great?
What's good, Relocation Football League fans? It's your boy Smitty, and we are here with the game of the week for the final game of the wildcard round of the RFL Season 9 playoffs. And welcome here in the Dome at Austin, Texas. Boy, this game has got some storylines behind it. We've got on both ends two coaches who've been to a playoff before and have never won an RFL playoff game. Tonight, one of them will. Also, the storylines behind the quarterbacks. Chum Lee, former quarterback of the Miners, now here with the Dillos as the number 2 seed, taking on the just scraping in Sacramento Miners with his successor in Miles McCain. Last time these guys played, Chum Lee was able to get the best of them. Can the successor best the predecessor here on the road in Austin, Texas? So much more to talk about, and we'll do that as the game progresses. But let me know right now in the chat who you guys got winning this one. And without further ado, it's time for the final wild card game of the week. Miners, Dillos, let's play some ball. Clear conditions as the kick will find its way to the 5-yard line, straight down the middle of the field to the 25. We'll go J-Mo, and we will get our first look at that predecessor coming out of TCU. Former Horned Frog, putting up numbers, 3,852 yards passing to 22 touchdowns. He did lead the RFL in interceptions, though, with 19. He's going to have to play mistake-free football if he wants to knock down the number 2 seed, as the Shamrocks did against the Desperados in the NRC. A throw in the flats to Drayton, and here's a look at the notable inactives that are missing from the Armadillos, missing 2 important guards as well as their leading wide receiver, who was second in the RFL in receiving yards and touchdowns. That is Jordy Johnson, the big miss for them coming into this game. There goes a big completion, though, and a first down for Sacramento. Logan Starkman to the 44. And he is filling in for another key piece missing here for the Sacramento Miners. Anthony Fry missing his second playoff. I mean, it's not funny, but man, gone for the whole season, hoping that his Miners can pull off a Cinderella story as they will run this one up the middle with the sensational rookie out of Louisville. First down, Steve Washington, 18 yards on his first touch. He just seems to just get explosive every week. He had a phenomenal game to help get them here in this postseason matchup. 18 yards on his first carry. They did damage against the Bulls last week. Play action. Miles McCain firing deep down the field. He's got a man over the top with good defense. Staying with him step for step. swatted away, incomplete. That is great coverage by Carlton Baines. They'll run it. They traded for running back from Houston. It's Gunnar Witt. David Letters in on the tackle. Sensational year 2 linebacker coming out of Ohio State. Championship winning team. Here's a screen out to Witt, and you've seen that all too well with him coming out from the Voyagers. He got some key blocks, and right now you are seeing Sacramento march down the field knowing how important this game is with something to prove. 3 straight years getting knocked out of the first round. Here goes Steve Washington. Stiff arm, extending himself to the 5-yard line. He had an 18-yard carry, and now a 21-yard carry the next touch. 39 yards off for 2 touches. They're going to have to find a way to slow this down because, man, this is not looking good. They haven't even gotten to the strongest part of this team yet, which is the defense. 1st and 10, Miles McCain. 4-man rush. Throws, end zone. He hangs on. Touchdown, Miners. Douglas Straighten. Add 6. If you are Miles McCain, this is how you come out and make a statement. I'm not going to be the same quarterback you've seen all regular season. I'm playing with a purpose. I'm playing with something to prove. I can lead this offense and win games. Opening drive, great job as he tossed in the first score in the extra point. Makes it 7-0. 8 plays, 76 yards in 4 minutes. And if you are the Armadillos, that's definitely concerning. Because again, you are now going to be facing up against the #1 pass defense without your #1 weapon. And he almost got a big return there from Dwayne Rucker. And here goes the predecessor, who has now made some waves. And there goes Madden, not showing off the statistics, but he definitely led the RFL in passing yards. I still do have his statistics. That is Chumlee, who I'm speaking of, that's coming out here. He had over almost 5,800 passing yards this season. It was close to a RFL record. Last 2 weeks, though, he has been in some trouble with interceptions. Cannot afford to have that happen here tonight. 5-yard gain, though, as he's able to connect with number 5. And that is Justin Blake, second-year man out of Michigan. Play action again. Quickly fires. He's got a first down. Luis Luciano gets blasted. But it's a move of the chains, and Chumlee has got to show he can bring that same energy. Will the game of the week in the wild card round live up to all its hype, as most of every game in this round has? Lee fires, trying to squeeze that one into Braun, and it is incomplete. Good defense as they lay a big shot on him. Could not hold on. Levi Dixon has yet to get a touch. They come out here in a single back formation, and there he is getting one, but he is going nowhere. Planted after just 1 yard. Great tackle made there by Brett Rattay, the former Toronto Husky legend. A lot of old legendary vets on this Sacramento Miners defense. Chumlee almost takes the sack. He gets blasted, though, and it is 4th down, as they are going to stop Austin. So they punt this one off. Goes out of bounds at the 28. This defense already showing its strength. This offense starting out as great as it could have. And if Miles McCain can drive this offense again as he did down the field and lead them to more points on the board, got to be concerned here if you're Coach Woods. Motion into the formation. 4-man rushers are throwing the flats. Good job. Immediately wrapping up on that tackle. It's David Leathers. And this crazy storyline here for the Armadillos. You talk about Cinderella stories. No one expected the Armadillos to be coming into the postseason for the first time in franchise history with a 12-5 record. Coach Woods able to do that, but course, those last 2 weeks of his against the Black Knights and the Hogs really put a damper on the Dillos, who would have had to sit out this week, lost their #1 seed to the Celtic Tigers. And they're looking to get by the first round here if possible. Here goes another screen play, as that is a first down to from Miles McCain to Witt to the 48. I mean, right now, Coach Dunn and this offensive coordinator calling up the perfect play calls against this defense. I mean, everything is just working. Plays are just there. The execution is there as well. And here goes Denard Locker, the power back, former Chicago Cougar, getting a touch there. His first touch, they'll have him in the backfield, though. Veteran Marvin Healy, who's been here since the very first season of the RFL, comes down, secures that tackle with some friends. Linebackers in the A-gap, and here goes Steve Washington, bouncing, finding a lane, and Washington is going off. 52 yards on just 3 carries. The vision has been there. I mean, this kid was sensational at Louisville, only played 1 year. And you can just see he's got that it factor. Dangerous! Miles McCain trying to get Ajon Grant involved. It's the second time he's tried to go over the top of this defense to him, but the coverage has been A1 in that regard. As that was Tyreek Bridges with the breakup. Here's a throw. And a breakup. Carlton Baines, who unintentionally swats that one away. Looked like he got beat, honestly, so bad on that route that he was sitting in front of the curl that Miles McCain was anticipating, and this is great defense here. Burton coming down with the shot to knock him down. 4th down, they'll have to punt it. This is a huge play if you are the Dillos. Look how he came down, blew that spot up. Great job, Leon Burton, the rookie, stopping that drive as this punt will angle its way out towards the right sideline, just outside the 20 at the 21. And here goes Miles McCain. Chumlee back out onto the field, still down by 7. We'll come out here in the pistol. Lee stands firm, throws, and there goes that #1 pass defense on display. And Chumlee's like, man, he's going to have nothing but tight windows to have to throw to. And this kind of was our concern for the Dillos throughout this season. They have not been able to run the ball effectively at all. Ranked 29th running the ball in the RFL. They have the #1 pass offense, but they are going up against the #1 pass defense, and this offense, for the most part, has only been one-dimensional. How are they going to be able to walk out of this one with a victory? They'll have to show it, as this will be a nice throw over the middle. 1st down. Jedediah Richardson able to wrap up Williams, with Williams moving the chains. And they got a couple guys that was open there on that play, working on that zone defense. 2 drags underneath. Even had probably a bit of a chance down the field on that flag, but would have been risky. Wise decision by Chumlee. Lee finding a target. Almost has the 1st down. He's inches short. So the stipulations are, if the Armadillos win this game tonight, they will go on to face the Hogs in a rematch in the divisional round. Nice catch. Good cover to Williams again. They will face the Hogs in the divisional round, and the Red Dragons will play the Celtic Tigers, which will be fire. And then if the Miners are to be victorious in this one, swatted away by Jason DePate. Great job. Then they will go on to take on the Celtic Tigers. And the Hogs will play the Red Dragons. Play action in no time. He is sacked by Antonio Griggs. The first ever defensive rookie of the year, defensive lineman of the year. And he is still with the franchise that drafted him even back when, way back when they used to be the Mexico City Conquistadors. And Shumlee bombing this one down the field, over the shoulder, but cannot catch it. The Pape gets a hand in there, and it's 4th down. Number 1 pass defense on full display again. Get this punt off. Field it about the 8, down at the 17. And Miles McCain, 3rd drive for him tonight. He was moving on that last drive. Just got stopped short. Good job from the rookie Burton on defense. Stopping the screen. They're calling a lot of screens, and it is working. Big gain. What a juke move. Witt gets to the 38, 1st down. And you just got to love the way that Coach Dunn utilizes his running backs. You're seeing all 3 running backs have gotten a touch in this one. And that is the end of an exciting first quarter, mainly for the Miners, as it is 7-0, and Miners are looking to add more points on the board. Get those 2s up in the chat. Second quarter of the Wild Card Game of the Week is about to be underway. Single back formation. They're going with some play action. He's got a little bit of heat. He's going to bomb it. And it is broken up. Trying to go to J-Mo over the top. And there goes Hayden Harold, the old vet. Found a way to travel with Roland. Used to be with him when he was coaching the New York Barons now, or formerly Brooklyn Barons. There's a handoff. That's shut down by Leathers. Leathers is everywhere making plays, and phenomenal season by him. Four-man rush. McCain. He's going to take off and scramble. Can't forget about this aspect of his game, as he will move the chains, and that's got to be a heartbreaker if you are the Armadillos. I mean, you did everything right. You covered, but you just could not contain number 8. And so many teams have fell victim to this when playing the Miners. There was a stretch of 2 games. He finished the season with 8 touchdowns rushing. But 6 of those touchdowns came in 2 games where he clutched them out, scrambling in the end zone. The Crusaders game, to be specific, was crazy in that 49-48 victory. Here goes Douglas Straighton, having himself a phenomenal showing. He's already got the game's first touchdown, and on an end-around play, he takes it all the way to the 16. Great outside blocks. First down, Miners. Out the single back. Here goes Steve Washington. Every time he's touched the football, he's made some great plays. He will not get a carry there, though. Here goes Drayton. Juke move. End zone. Touchdown. Miners. The vet is killing it. Make that 2 for 19. Wow. This is another guy who used to be a former Voyager. Underneath drag. Catches the ball. There's nobody there. And look at this move. Oh my goodness, confiscation of ankles. Vet on vet. Marvin Heaney falling flat on his face. Miles McCain in the Miners. Up 14-0. 6 plays, 83 yards. I mean, if you are the Sacramento Miners, I mean, this is a team. If you are Coach Dunn, anybody knows the history of the Miners, the last 3 seasons since Coach Willie's been there, 3 division titles and eliminated in all 3 first rounds of those seasons. And 2 of those games they had and just folded. And so if you're the Miners, you want to keep putting it on. 3 seasons of getting bounced in the first round like that, you don't want to make it a third. And the other game that they did lose wasn't even close. They got blown out by the Voyagers, like 52-3. So it was bad. And there's a throw. Oh man, nearly intercepted, trying to go to Blake. And you can just feel that the presence of Jordy Johnson is well missed. I mean, there's just really no separation or any advantage that this team has. And look at that knockout. Can't catch the ball as the old vet trying to haul one in. Still can't. Maurice Darman, second highest overall rated player on the team. He's their top guy now. That's just an 84 overall. That's their best guy against the #1 pass defense right now. And they shut it down. Immediate wrap-up tackle. That's the rookie, Paul Kilroy. And they'll have to punt it. Just beyond ugly right now for the Armadillos. And again, you know, you think about even the momentum coming into this game. Oh, man, what a kill shot. David Leathers on special teams, too, out there. You can tell he's giving it his all. Washington, 17.3 yards a carry right now on 3 touches is crazy. But we knew that being one-dimensional going into the playoffs was going to be more than likely detrimental to the Armadillos, and you're seeing it right now. They still have only ran the ball, what, once? And if the Miners put more points on the board here, they're going to really have no choice but to keep throwing it against the strength of this team. Here's a run. Denard Locker. His second touch got stopped for a yard, but gains a yard to move the chains there. At least they're grind out and get it back. Armadillos know what to do when they see 42 in the backfield. You better stack that box. It's been sensational for the Miners this season. Throw. That's going to be dropped by Starkman. Second down. Shotgun here. 4-man rush. Throws. Got a man. And he is just stopped short of the first down. Miles McCain just breaking over 100 yards after that completion. He's already got 2 touchdown passes. He is really in a rhythm, making it look easy against the Dillos. Here's a throw. Got the completion. A.J. Grant breaks the tackle. Still going. Gets to the 36. You get this kid involved. Boy, he can be dynamite. Rookie out of USC. Wide open on that out route. And not only does he win on that route against Carlton Barnes, he breaks the tackle and gets a ton of rack yards afterwards. That's what it's all about at that receiver position that you want to see. Receiver picking up yards after the catch. McCain fires. That is still going to be caught by Connor Jamison. That's his first big grab right there. A contested ball. Trips look to the left. Miles McCain feeling pressure. And they are on that. Shut down. Blown up by William Vargas. Former Chicago Cougar there. 3rd and 5. McCain's got the completion, and that is just, again, another great play made by Leathers. He has been their bright spot on the defense all year long. And the Miners are going to go for it. They have that much faith in their defense. They don't care if they don't get it. If they can put it on early, that's what they're going to go to try to do, and they will move the chains. Big catch by Pablo Frederick, the former Alabama Crimson Tide star. Single back formation. Here's a run. Steve Washington, another big gaping hole for him, and this kid is amazing. 67 yards on 4 carries. Still in the backfield, in the pistol. Motion over to the right side. And he will motion right back. Handoff. Washington will be stopped that time. That's his lowest carry, as Isaiah Ingram had to wrestle him down all the way from the other side of the field. He's got 70 yards on 5 carries. That's 35 yards a pop. That is absolutely ridiculous. What a playoff debut, and way too much motioning going on. Miles McCain should have been snapped that ball, and that's going to cost him 5 yards. Yeah, you just kind of feel that momentum just strained from the Armadillos. A 2-game losing streak coming into the playoffs. Losing your #1 seed spot so nobody gets the rest. You know that the confidence has got to be at an all-time low compared to how it was throughout the regular season. And here goes Washington. Finally starting to key in on him. Just a yard. Dillos cannot afford to give up a touchdown. Miles McCain checks it down, and they will get the stop. And look who it is. Oh, I thought that was David Lovett for a second. That's actually Michael Kelly. And a field goal attempt here from Kearney. And that is good. 17-point lead by the Miners. As Kearney, knocks it through. We've seen some comebacks in this playoffs, though. Trust me. And if we're being honest here, just reviewing. Oh wow, it's a good return here. But just reviewing this Armadillos team, they have always been a second half team for the most part throughout this year. If you've watched their game, but trailing to a primarily defensive-based team like the Miners, that's something you don't want to do. It's not going to be easy to come back. There goes a run as Levi Dixon only gets a yard. There's Corey Smith on that return, former Texas Longhorn, by the way. I don't know if anybody remembers him. That guy was a dog. Most likely might be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Here's the throws. Going to drop it. Reese Darman. He's having a bad start. They're getting more opportunities. They sat him for a majority of this season. This guy used to literally be that guy at the receiver position for the Dillos. There's a throw wide open. Levi Dixon gets to the 43-yard line. This is a running back that literally had 120 receptions this season. What he couldn't do in the run game, he did out the backfield catching it. He was an absolute unit for USC back in his collegiate days. There's a throw wide open. Luciano is going to gain 9. I think that stops the clock as well, so good job getting out of bounds. Minute and 55 seconds, pistol formation. Motion out the backfield. Chumlee's got to throw it. Almost gets sacked there, but a good job letting it go as Griggs nearly had him. They don't want to lose any yards. And it's tough because you know you're primarily a pass team. You don't run the ball well, and so they really have no choice but to throw it on this short down, and they've got a big gain out to Luciano. He'll get to the 11, and the Armadillos desperately need a touchdown on this drive. That's just an out route. This guy is virtually uncoverable. This is a tight end. Looks like a receiver out there. Where's a receiver number? Only the OG players such as himself that played back in the day has that perk. Big hit there on Darman. 4 yards. Field goal won't cut it for the Dillos. They need 6. But how do you get in the end zone trying to throw it? You're this close to the red zone. A lot of space, and it looks like they found the answer. Touchdown. Dillos. Looks like Darman is getting cooked up. They had a few bad plays, but Maurice Darman, I said this was a huge playmaker for them throughout the years. Who's going to review it? But that's clearly a touchdown. Toe drag swag, and this guy reminded me so much of Antonio Brown back in the day. If you watch those earlier seasons of the Armadillos, small guy that can literally make all the plays. Jump up there, moss you still, fast, great after the catch, did everything. That touchdown is going to stand for Darman too, and his first ever playoff game after being on this team for 9 seasons. And the extra point is good. So Maurice Darman will be in history for the Dillos as the first guy to score in their first ever playoff appearance. 8 plays, 62 yards they went, and we have ourselves a 10-point ball game now. And oh my goodness, what a return. He'll get to the 38, 28 seconds. And Steve Washington has been cooking. .8 yards a carry. Wow. There's a throw. Overthrown. The Miners look like they'll take the aggressive approach, and honestly, they've done a lot of the aggressive approach in the second half of the season, which is what helped them get here. They won 8 of their last 10 games. Big catch there by A.J. Crane, even though he got blasted. First timeout called by Sacramento. They got 2 more remaining. And so if it's worked for them, why not keep going to it? Why not keep being aggressive? Knowing that you got that defense behind you. Here goes that screen that has been killing the Dillos all game. Steve Washington on it this time, though. And he'll have a first down. Second timeout burned by Sacramento. Seeing some pressure here. It's an incomplete pass. He was all the way in front of that one. Logan Starkman could not hold on. 12 seconds. Just one more timeout. Looking to see if they can at least get a field goal before the end of this half. Here's a throw over the middle of the field, and they are in range now. Final timeout burn with 4 seconds. They should get 20 before the end of the first. Here goes Carney. Can go 2 for 2 on field goals. And it's good. 27 Miners. I believe, luckily for the Armadillos, they will receive the ball in the second half with 1 second left. If I am the Miners, I probably would kick this one away from Rucker. And they will. This is going to be Corey Smith. And that is going to do it, guys. The first half of the final wild card game is in the books, and the Miners are looking to win their first playoff game. Man, what a season it has been, guys. I mean, they never update this for whatever reason, but we just saw the Red Dragons best the Aviators for the second time in the postseason. Well, this season, out of their 3 meetings, 30-20, and they're waiting to see what the final is going to be after this one. But this first half has been all Miners. Killing it. If you are new to the Relocation Football League and are looking to join as a player, go ahead and sign up today on our website, relocationfootballleague.com, and submit for College Series 8, set to start later on this year. You do not want to miss it. Our College Series, they're pretty lit, man. And if you think you got what it takes to be the next college star, we could be seeing you playing just like you're seeing right now in the playoffs in the RFL someday. Also, this is the first year we are opening up coaching for the College Series. So if you're looking to get in on that first wave, make sure to apply. Also on the website, we've already got multiple coaches. I will be making posts on who those guys are in the future after the RFL season is over. Probably going to be during Pro Bowl week since it's just a 1 game. But with that being said, it's about time to get into this game, guys. Let me know in the chat, do you think the Dillos can come back, or are the Miners in full control till the end? Back out onto the field we go. Miners bombing it off to the Dillos, and they need to score. You take this one from about the 5. Rucker down at the 26. Rucker used to be a former South Carolina Gamecock, too. He, in the College Series, he was a big-time playmaker for them. 13-point ball game. Play action. Lee fires. Dime. Justin Blake to midfield. First down. What a start. Hey, you can't sleep on this kid either. If you've watched Michigan football in the RFL College Series, this is a kid that stands at 6'3", 232 pounds, and moves with 93 speed. He was so fast at his size, and that's literally what his speed had to get knocked down to just to make sure that he could play similar to how he did in college. And he's going to be a star. Just a 76 overall right now. But at the age of 22, that flag route's going to be incomplete. Good defense there by Keyshawn Hendricks. Motion over to the left side with their back. Heat's coming. And that is a good catch in traffic by none other than Blake again. Making a lot of big grabs for him. If you're looking for some key targets, I mean, you got in the slot right now Darman. Also in the slot at the top of the screen, Luis Luciano. See if he targets one of those guys. Fires, and there goes Darman. Big first down gain to the 22. About a matter of time before the number one passing offense in the league shows up. It's not often that you get to see a number one offense versus number one defense type of deal in a certain category square off in the first round of the playoffs, and that's what we got here. We saw, I'd say, the Miners won that first half. Can the Dillos win the second through the air? Chung Lee feeling some heat, fires, and Blake cannot hold on to that. Jason DePape has been straps. Great job. Also got to give this offensive line some credit, too. They've been actually giving Lee some good time in the pocket with the pass rusher they got. Fire over the middle. That is caught inches short of the first by Chris Braun, the former LSU star, back in College Series 2. Will they run it? They will, and it will work. First down to the 10. And when they do run those short yardage situations, they usually don't gain much, but with Levi Dixon, he's going to get you that yard. Does a good job there. Empty set for Lee. Quickly fires, and Blake stretches, let's say, to the 4-yard line. So he must have really reached out there real quick for a 6-yard gain. Dillos looking to make a statement. Talked about this being a strong second half team. Lee fires. It is dropped. Dixon not going to be able to hold on to that. Good coverage by Killian Bain. Showing he can just about do it all. Excellent pass rusher. 20 sacks this season from this kid. Shout out to Bain. Let's get hashtag Bain in the chat. OG member. Nice catch there on the sidelines. Could have been dangerous, and that is 4th down. Miners handling business. What will the Dillos do? They are going for it. Risking it all. Can they score? Lee looking. He's sacked. Turnover on downs. Griffin Whiteside and that sensational safety duo blowing it up. He didn't even have a shot. You saw that drag starting to get open on the middle to the right side of the field, but you saw they were starting to run into each other, and that would have even been a tight window to try to throw through. And all of that to open up this quarter for nothing, and what doesn't help is getting that sack. If anything, you wanted to throw the ball away. But look at how this first half is going for Miles McCain. This has been a great showing by the year 3 man out of TCU. And here we go with some read option. Cuts up the field. Look at the burners. Almost gets the first down. And they're just calling the right plays to boost the momentum of this kid now. Stretch it out. And he is stuffed. Great tackle made there by Michael Kelly. Michael Kelly got re-signed. A big contract earlier this year. Had a solid season for the Dillos, of course. 3rd and 1. Pressure's coming down. He's going to go for a sack. Great job by Chapman. Yeah, this is actually year 2, my bad, for McCain. So Dillos defense gets the job done, so I guess going forward kind of paid off. Unfortunately for the Dillos, did not go their way, but they have another shot to cut into this deficit. Question is, can they look just as good as they were on that drive and finish this time? We'll find out. We'll send forward. Nice. Oh, it's dropped. Levi Dixon. Might have heard footsteps, but you don't usually see him dropping passes out of the backfield. Let's talk about 120 receptions as a running back this year. I think that's the most any running back has ever had in RFL history. Just going off the top of my head. Here's a throw. And that is incomplete. They said Chum's going to have to throw in some tight windows, man. That's 2 guys on that receiver. He's calling some audibles. Play action. Here's a throw. And that is broken up. Incomplete. Blake cannot make the catch on the tape. He is locking up. My goodness. So they punt this one away. And out of bounds at the 10. Miles McCain right back. Pretty much where he started the last drive. Corners pressed up in the face of these receivers, trying to make the pass tough, but they're going to go with some read option. McCain again. Second time they'll call that. Want to kind of protect him, though. Don't want to call that too much. It'd be catastrophic if we catch a postseason injury. There's a throw. Oh, it's going to be intercepted. And a chance to take it back. Carlton Benton's gets to the 9-yard line. That is huge. Talked about Miles McCain leading the league in interceptions. That is his 20th thrown pick of the year. And he just did not put any air underneath of that for Ajon Grant. Now, he looked like he would have had Baines beat if he had lofted that and had him run underneath of it. Grant is fast. But this is a grand opportunity for Chumlee and the Dillos to take advantage of. Can they capitalize with a touchdown? There's a throw! End zone, and there it is! Levi Dixon, untouched for the touchdown. And if you are the Miners right now, you're probably having PTSD. I mean, you've looked dominant majority of this game. That first half, you definitely had it. And in the second half is where they usually break down in the postseason, and they are looking to do so right now with how things have been going. Armadillos catching that momentum, and they are a second half team. And so this could spell some danger for Sacramento moving forward, as the extra point is good. One play it takes after the interception to score 20-14. And if you are the Miners, you just got to hope that Miles McCain puts that play in the back of his head, right? We've seen him go on tears with multiple interceptions in a game. And this Armadillo defense does sneakily get tougher in the second half as well. Can he make the right reads and move past that? It's yet to be seen. Here's another throw. Oh, that's going to be caught. How about the adjustment there by J-Mo, looking like his old Maryland days. I remember it's crazy how, I'll take pride in the way I rate some of these rookies coming out, because they play similar to just how they played in college. You know, he used to catch those curl routes and get busy just like that. There's a run. Much better job on Steve Washington as he is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Corner's going to be pressed up. Here's a run. Steve Washington breaks the tackle. And look at this kid, man. Turning nothing into something. We'll make this third down more manageable. They need 4 yards. They go with some play action. Heat's coming over the middle. What a ball! Ajon Grant's got the first down inside the 25. That is a strike by McCain. And that heat was starting to slide through. That second block attempt, though, you got to credit Malcolm Sims. That was a great job by the left guard. A beautiful throw. McCain in the backfield all by himself. Set up the screen, and he's going to get 3 yards out of it. It's been his main guy to strike. Douglas Drayton having himself a game for the Miners. It's the lone receiver at the bottom of the screen. There's a throw. Diving catch made. First down for the tight end, Logan Starkman. Wow. He put that out in front, and the tight end went out and got it by any means. Pistol formation. McCain feeling some heat. Throws, and oh man, too far behind Steve Washington to make an adjustment. Second and goal. Handoff. Here goes Gunner with some great blocks out there, but not for long. Baines gets off the block and makes the tackle. And this is going to be a huge down here. Dillos looking for the stop. McCain getting some pressure. Throws this one away wisely. 4th down. Great red zone defense by the Dillos. This will make it a 2-score game, though. But this field goal attempt should be an easy one for Harney. It's going to be 3 for 3. Yes, that's straight through the uprights. 23-14, Miners. Points is points. You would love to get 6, but again, you got that type of defense. You can afford from here and there to kick 3s instead of getting 6, but you don't want it to be a recurring thing, as Corey Smith fields this one, and oh my goodness. Huge lane, almost breaking free as he'll get to the 35. Dillo's got some great return men back there. Chumlee in the gun now in the backfield by himself. Throws. That's a ball. First down, Darman. Don't sleep on 87. Started out rusty, but oh man, that's going to be a challenge by Sacramento. They're going to say he did not have a foot in. This could hurt Sacramento if they lose this, though. Never know if a situation comes down to where they're going to need all 3 timeouts. That catch is made. You did kind of see the back foot, but where the replay started, you didn't see when he had possession of that ball. So I don't know what's going to happen here. And they are going to lose a timeout. So a bad challenge by the Miners. It did seem pretty close, but I probably would not have thrown that flag. There's a handoff. And Dixon almost breaking through it all. Gets 5. Yeah, Corey Smith definitely looks like Jordy Johnson. Luciano in motion. Throws it out there to him and trying to get up the field. Good tackle. Yeah, I'm about to say, Jordy Johnson back from the dead like a Chief Keef mixtape, man. Crazy. But that is it for the third quarter, guys. This is it, the 4th and final quarter. It is a 9-point game. The Miners lead it, but the Dillos on the move. The final 14 minutes of the wild card round. Who gets it done? Needing a first down desperately. They'll come out here in the I formation. And will run it. Levi Dixon rips off a huge run inside the 30, first down. And honestly, that's a good play call. You've seen a lot of outside runs for the most part that the Armadillos like to do if you're looking at game film. Rarely do they really run in between the tackles, but when they do, it catches defenses off guards because they know they like to stretch out the defense. And on a 3rd and short situation, which usually they pass the ball in, they go with the traditional run and works out with a straight dive. There's a throw and another drop by Dixon. He's getting a little bit too excited maybe. Cannot drop those. Dixon will motion out the backfield. Right back to him. He'll catch it this time. And he is just shy of the first down. Field goal or a touchdown is going to be beneficial for the Dillos to make this a one-possession game. They want a touchdown, though. Here's a throw, and that is off the mark. You're the Dillos. What do? I say take the 3 just to keep the momentum. But they might go for it, and they will not. Okay, they will be conservative. And snap, hold, and kick is all good. 3 points on the board as the kicker of the year, McCoy, knocks it through. It's his first kick of the game. 6-point ball game, fellas. That's what we have here in the biggest wild card game. 2 coaches looking for their first playoff win. One has been bounced out of the first round 3 consecutive years, and that is the Sacramento Miners and Coach Dunn. And not only to mention this, he's playing on his wife's birthday. So he's got to win this by any means, as he'll check it down, and Drayton has got the first down. Corner's pressed up. He'll fire. He's got him, and he overthrows it. Gotta connect on that one. Another pass where he's just beaming it. He's not putting any air under the throws in some of these passes. Here he is scrambling. Big time scramble. First down. And there is an injury to the receiver position for the Miners. And we don't know if that's going to sideline Jamison for the rest of this quarter or what. But pretty tough loss there. But coming in for him is going to be Pablo Frederick. And he's a guy who can do some damage too. A lot of young receivers. McCain off the mark again. It's a bad throw. Had him wide open. Oh man, I don't know about this. Look, they're pressed up in the face of these receivers right now. Somebody wins off the line and gets beat over top. It's not going to be good. They will audible to a run, and boy, what a play call it was. What about the block by Pablo Frederick that is going to spring Witt all the way to the 19-yard line. Big first down run. How about that audible call by McCain? That's Miles McCain all day. Literally says, forget the pass. We're going to run it, and outside run it at that. This defense will not expect it, and surely they didn't. Steve Washington, nice inside run. 81 yards for this kid tonight. Touchdown would be huge for Sacramento. Another run. Gunnar Witt carving him up. Gets inside the 5 to the 4. Literally every back being used. Washington in the backfield out the pistol look. And a delay of game penalty. Just kind of killed him last time. There's too much motioning going on. Miles McCain waiting too late to do all of that. Just not looking at that clock down there. Pistol formation, line right back up in it. Same personnel, here's a throw, out route, and Douglas Straighten has got his 3rd receiving touchdown, routing up these DBs. I don't know about the dance though, but hey, he's killing it otherwise. Man to man on the safety, that's a mismatch all day. Great read by McCain. They're looking to go for 2. And McCain is... They're going to say he did not get it. That's pretty close. Will they review it? Still no signal of a review. Yeah, they're going to just say it didn't stand. Guess he had a foot out. And it's still a 2-possession game. They'll get to the 29, and there's still ample time left here, guys. The Armadillos with 9 minutes and 39 seconds, down by 12. They've got a shot. The touchdowns are what they need now. This defense has played tough. This has been a great game. Levi Dixon gets the reception. He's dropped a few. But will not drop that one. So it's wide open. Closing in on exactly 9 minutes left in this wild card showdown. And that is a big catch made by Braun as the coverage was airtight by Grant Culpepper, former West Virginia Mountaineer. The LSU star getting the best out of that play of him. And a handoff, outside run. Dixon ripping off 5 yards. Honestly, you know, where the Dillos can kind of start picking his team apart is in the run game. The Miners wasn't too great against the run. I mean, they're in pretty much the middle of the pack of the league. Break 15th in run defense. Oh, man, there goes a nice completion. Maurice Darman does a great job getting out of bounds, too. That stops the clock. You are seeing this #1 pass offense just go to work. Another throw over the shoulder, catch by Darman. Nice grab. You can tell that pass was just a tad bit overthrown and off target, but good adjustment in hands by Darman, who's really started to come alive in this one. And that is deflected, almost intercepted. What a crazy play that would have been by Jedediah Richardson. 3rd and 4. Looked like the first down for them was right there. Just couldn't get it. Quick throw and another near pick by Richardson. Somebody's watching film. And they're going for it. No field goal attempt. And really, it wouldn't benefit them too much. Lee going to take a sack, and you just cannot do that. Anton Burley turning the ball over on downs, and you could see he was erratic and just trying to figure it out. Looking down the field, did not know what to do. Was hoping somebody could create some separation, but there goes that #1 pass defense, rearing its ugly head on Chumlee. It's Miles McCain right back out onto the field. Oh my goodness, what a play, blown up by Horwood. Pushed that lineman back and almost ran him into Washington. And the Dillos, this defense, hoping that play fires them up to get a stop. There's a throw, broken up, incomplete, good defense. Carlton Baines has had a phenomenal season. He's really worked his way up to that cornerback 2 role and has played exceptionally well. A lot of good pass breakups in just this game alone. Miles McCain looking, and he's getting chased by the defensive lineman of the year in the ARC, Isaiah Ingram. You see the pressure he brings and the difference he makes after getting traded from the Atlanta Thunderbirds. Here's a punt. He will be a Hall of Famer for sure, and T-Birds legend. And Armadillo still with time to work here. Look at how things have gone for Chumlee, though. He has felt the pressure. I'm still going to give this line a ton of credit, though. Because, I mean, the pressure that you usually see the Miners generate, especially against a line of the Armadillos caliber, is strong. They've been able to slow that down and give Lee ample time. It's just the coverage has just been too good. Good catch there, and look at this. I mean, the Miners have 0 takeaways. They may be ranked 26, but, and towards the end of the season, these guys were snagging passes away from quarterbacks. Hence the name Snaggerminnow. This defense has been great for some years now. And Chumlee takes another sack from Anton Burley. You gotta throw that away. It's the second time he takes a loss. I mean, you clearly see that pressure from Anton Burley, one of the most feared linebackers in the league, and you eat that. You just can't do that. And you gotta try to pass the ball deep on this squad, and that is going to be tough to do. Hit as he throws, nearly intercepted. That was Derek Oliveros. I feel like the only thing you can try to do here is try to punt the ball away, but going for it on 4th and 21 with 4 minutes, when you got all 3 timeouts, I don't agree with that decision. I just don't see a play in the book that's going to get you this. But somehow they get it. What a throw, what a play. Justin Blake keeps it alive. Wow, and then a missed throw from Chumlee there. A big time conversion on 4th and 21. And Lee calling his own numbers here with this audible. See what he musters up. Catch by Williams, and there will be an injury timeout. They're going to lose another lineman. That'll be the 3rd. So far, that is Black. It's their right tackle, and man, you don't want to lose a tackle in this game with Anton Burley, Killian Bain coming off the edge. Pistol formation. Got to try to score quickly here. He's got the completion. Stiff arm. Great job by Williams to stop the clock by getting out of bounds. Four-man rush, quick throw. Oh man, it's dangerous. Right side was all over that. Time running off. Chumlee, wow, going to check it down, and he just stepped out of bounds. Dixon almost able to finesse that. It will stop the clock at least. But man, that could have been some good yards after the catch. Ton of space. Play action. Lee throws it away. Another 4th and long for the Dillos. No conversion here. We can call it game over. As Chumlee got another 1st down pass in him for at least 12 yards. And that is nearly intercepted and a turnover on downs. I think that just about puts this game away. If you're the Armadillos, a bad ending to this season. 3 straight L's. We'll stretch this out. Defense blowing that up. 5-yard loss on the run. The Dillos know they don't have the luxury really to burn any timeouts. The Miners are definitely going to waste the clock. 3-yard gain. That will take us to the 2-minute warning. There's still a sliver of hope for the Dillos. We've seen some crazy stuff already in the playoffs. They will need to score quickly and recover an onside kick. Wow, but if he gets his first down, it's over. There goes a timeout. No choice but to call it. We'll punt this away. And we'll angle out of bounds at the 20. Good punt. Minute and 51 seconds, just 2 timeouts, and you have to score quickly for any kind of chance in an onside kick against the #1 pass defense. Just too many odds in their favor, and Lee could not get it over the top of Grant Culpepper there as he was trailing, and helmet or shoulder ended up hitting the ball. Counter run play, and Eli Dixon, a nice little run there, but running the ball is definitely not going to help you out right now. Lee fires down the field. This is somehow caught by Williams. What a catch. Timeout burned. What a game Williams have had. Brandon Williams, this is a free agent pickup. This is 69 overall, too, by the way. And a throwaway by Lee. Wisely, nothing open for him. Under a minute in this one, 48 seconds and counting to be exact now. And throw inside to Blake. And they have to burn that timeout with 40 seconds. Good solid game here in the final wild card matchup. The Miners winning this one. They're going to be advancing on to play the Celtic Tigers, and the Red Dragons will be playing the Hogs, as that is incomplete. Play action, and a strike to the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. Now hold on. Luis Luciano is going to score. And there's about a 1% chance for the Dillos after that. That's a great back shoulder throw on Oliveros. And 2 points aren't going to help them out, so kicking the extra point makes it a 5-point game. 8 plays, 79 yards, and it all is going to come down to this onside kick for 100% security that Coach Dunn and the Miners win their first playoff game. Here we go. From the kicker of the year, McCoy's going to have it received by Kilroy, and that is going to kill any hope for Coach Woods in the Dillos. Great game. You had a feeling that this game was going to be competitive. You just felt it was going to be close. How about Douglas Drayton tonight too, man? 47 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Miles McCain coming out here in the victory formation, as both in the NRC and the ARC, the 7th seeds have knocked out the 2nd seeds. And the clock finally reaches 0. Miners and Coach Dunn gets the victory on his wife's birthday. Final score 29-24 as Roland Woods' Cinderella's story comes to a harsh end. But he at least has been able to make a staple and take the Dillos to their first ever playoff appearance. But that is it for the wild card round, guys. Tomorrow, you already know what it is. The RFL podcast to recap everything that's happened, our predictions, and more. As the Miners will now advance on to play the Celtic Tigers once again to avenge their loss. And the Red Dragons will play the Hogs. As you can see from this graphic, of course, it's not edited yet, but that's exactly how it would be. As you see there at the bottom from CT game, Miners going to be moving right over. The games are set. Snowhawks versus Shamrocks, Condors versus Diablos, Hogs versus Red Dragons, and Celtic Tigers versus Miners. Shout out to the Relocation Football League. It's your boy Smitty, RFL Commissioner and play-by-play commentator. I've enjoyed calling this game for you guys. On to the next round. Let's get hashtag League First in the chat. The divisional round on the way. I'll show you guys the stats. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the RFL podcast. Peace.